Look who is waiting for us.
Shieldman! I'll go back and alert the guards.
Calm down. He's harmless.
But what is he doing here? Why hasn't he run away?
Because I asked him not to.
Are you telling me that you helped him to escape?
Quite so, as he wouldn't have been able to do so alone.
But how? And why? He's a dangerous madman. Holmes, you've made me an accomplice in this escape. You owe me some explanation.
And you will have them. But my priority for the moment is to remove our new friend to a safe place. I won't be long, but I must go alone. I'll rejoin you later. Just give me your next destination.
Very well. I suppose you know what you're doing.
How could you doubt it? Here, take the notes. They will help you when you write up the account of our visit to Westgate. So, where do I find you?
I think it would be better to go back to Baker Street.
All right. I will join you there.
Oh, so all that for nothing. Oh, they didn't find anything. Sherlock Holmes isn't a nice man, is he? I don't think I like him now.
Look what I found.
Don't do that. We don't like him, but you shouldn't hit him like that.
Give that back. It's only a doll.
This is Sherlock Holmes's attic. All this must have belonged to him. I want to know what happens next. Keep reading.
3 trails and 2 dead ends. The poor nephew is dead, but Baines has the bishop's murderers. The only one left is the rat killer. Have you questioned him?
No.
May I ask when you're going to do it?
When I have found him.
What? You're not trying to tell me that he's escaped again?
Yes, but this time it's not your fault, nor mine for that matter.
You've been using me, Holmes. I unwittingly aided one of the most dangerous criminals in the kingdom to escape. So please tell me why.
An explanation would be futile. It would only lead to further pointless questions.
But do you have even the slightest notion as to where he might be hiding?
Forget Hans Schielmann for the moment, Watson. Just concentrate on the fact that the bishop is on the chessboard.
In any case, the news has spread like wildfire. Look at the headlines. All the papers are talking about it. And the Globe Explorer, their editors must be jumping for joy.
Let the dogs bark with the pack, Watson.
But how could Farley be so well informed? Look, he also mentions our visit to the opium den, and in great detail. How did he know?
Let me see. Contrary to what you might think, Watson, I do not consider that all of our trails have led to dead ends. We're simply missing a common denominator, something that links them together. And our journalist's mystery informer might just be that missing link.
Should we attempt to uncover his identity?
It is essential that we do so. Let us examine the map. We must talk to Mr. Farley. Find Farley's office.
Here we are at Farley's office. One cannot say that ethics play a very large role in his life. Look at the headlines pinned to the walls, like trophies of bad taste. Perhaps we will finally begin to understand the reasons for his persistence in tarnishing your reputation.
Perhaps.
Coffee. It's still hot.
Cigarettes, an ordinary, inexpensive brand.
A press card. Osmond Farley. It's his overcoat. What should we do next?
This is an electric box. I cannot leave now. This door is locked. Is Farley afraid of being interrupted suddenly?
I must go out for a while, Miss Jean. I won't be long. Ask my appointments to wait, and send this message as a matter of urgency.
Mr. Osmond Farley, I presume.
Messrs. Holmes and Watson. What a surprise.
What is there so surprising about being visited by the targets of your slander?
I never slander. I inform.
You will have to accept the consequences of these articles, Mr. Farley.
Those words sound like a threat, Mr. Holmes.
I never threaten. I merely warn.
You don't frighten me, Mr. Holmes. I know all of your little secrets. And soon all of London will find out what really hides behind the facade of the impeccable detective. Thanks to my work, the whole world will discover the true Sherlock Holmes. Gentlemen, I don't wish you a good day.
What a bore! Even to the point of refusing to shake our hands.
Which means that we can avoid having to wash them. Did you notice the crumbs on his jacket? He had just finished eating and his hands will be covered in grease, the same as his mouth.
Slovenly habits. That's quite disgusting, Holmes.
Do not be deceived, Watson. The workmanship in those tailor-made clothes indicate that he is a man who takes pride in his appearance. If Farley has left without brushing off his jacket or washing his hands, then it is because he spotted our approach and wished to avoid us at all costs.
But why?
We will find out by searching his office.
The secretary will stop you. Please reassure me, Holmes, you don't intend upon knocking her out?
Only if we exhaust every other viable alternative.
The secretary is occupied in sending a telegram via their electric telegraph. Farley asked that she should do so before he left.
We must find a way of interrupting the transmission, which will oblige her to go to the telegraph office in Kensington. It will take her some time to get there, and if we add on the time it takes to send the telegram and then return here, we should have ample time to search the office without being disturbed.
I suppose it's unnecessary to point out the illegality of this search?
I'm afraid so. This hanger has a large iron hook. Closed. I need a tool to... I can hear an electrical humming. The secretary is using the electricity supplied by this switch. Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. Let us see if I can cause... Let us see if I can cause... Let us see if I can cause... Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. Let us see if I can... Let us see if I can cause... Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. Let us see if I can... Let us see if I can... Let us see if I can cause... Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. Let us see if I can... Let us see if I can cause a short circuit. There we are. It is simplicity itself.
Oh, that's just too bad.
Get out quickly, Watson. I'm going to hide here. The way is clear. Let's go, Watson. Here is Farley's secretary's telegram. Nothing special here. A page of this notebook has been torn out. We can only see the title in shorthand and today's date. It's a message that the secretary must send urgently. I'm going to recopy it.
You can read shorthand? You never cease to amaze me. Were you a secretary before becoming the great Sher?
Perhaps, perhaps. But no, a man must have his secrets. A makeup case with a good brush. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to life. I must look more attentively. I can make out the mark. I must look more attentively. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I can make out the marks, but I must look more attentively. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I must look more. I must look. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I can make out the marks, but I need. I can make out the mark. I can make out the marks. I must look more attentively. I can make out the marks. I can make out them. The ribbon is missing from this machine. The ribbon is missing from this machine. A page.
You can read short.
Perhaps. I must look more attentively. The ribbon. The ribbon. Someone has written something on a sheet of paper. There are traces of it remaining. I must look. So, so, someone has written something on a sheet of paper. There are someone has I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I can make out the I can make out the mark. I can make out. I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light. I can make out the. I can make out the. This paper only just escaped the flames.
But who is this note about?
I will deal with it later. This armchair is... A bunch of keys. A telephone. A technological marvel. A number was written next to it quite recently. Fine, educated hand.
Holmes, this number seems very familiar.
Yes, but let us dial it to be sure. This cabinet has a lot of drawers, each marked with a letter. There is surely a...
But we can't open all of them.
This cabinet...
But we...
Judging from all the notes on the board, our reporter is an assiduous and organized worker. A horrible story, and rather a strange one. A photograph of Prince Woodville. Farley is evidently also interested in this affair. Here's what is strange: an attack of collective insanity. Our man left his sandwich unfinished. This ashtray is worth examining. This ash comes from an ordinary, well-known brand of cigarettes. It is still warm. This ashtray, the cigar end is... This ashtray... This cigar is of a fine quality. It must be very expensive and difficult to obtain.
And it is not even finished. What a waste.
Farley was not alone when we arrived at his secretary's office.
You're thinking of the owner of the cigar.
Yes, the reporter smokes ordinary cigarettes. Can you smell the subtle scent of gingerbread? That is the characteristic odor of a Habano Clarissimo. Our mysterious visitor is a rich man, Watson. This category of Havanas is exorbitant, and I cannot imagine a cigar lover crushing out such a marvelous smoke before finishing it. Since we saw no one leaving the building, that must point to a secret exit somewhere.
How are we going to find it?
By retracing Farley's steps from the moment before we arrived. Look, this room is teeming with clues. This book has fallen...
The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. My word, it's
A real investigative report. My adventures... Someone closed the curtain, as though... This armchair...
We must finish.
Miss, get me 1313, please. It is Scotland Yard, of course. I'm beginning to understand.
Lucky you.
This...
We must.
The key is still in the lock. This cabinet has...
But we can't.
This cabinet...
But we can't. I understand what you want to do. It's an old...
I can see what has been written. Please write it down.
Very well, Holmes.
I wonder which drawer the I can't do... The DF drawer. Of course, the one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last. There are a lot of I can't. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last. I can't do that. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't do that. I can't. I can't. There are a lot of cards. I must find out which one was consulted last.